In games with incomplete information, we often say that nature acts first. And the acts of nature are random in nature. Right? And these actions are based on the fixed probability distribution. So when I say nature is deciding whether the person is a friend or an enemy. So whether the person is a friend or an enemy. And nature is deciding whether this person, nature is also deciding this point that person can be friend with probability P and enemy with probability 1 minus. So let's say 70% of the time the person is going to be friend and 30% of the time the person is going to be enemy. Now, and this information is known. So this is the fixed probability distribution. And because this nature is not a strategic player, so there is no payoff numbers which are attached to the nature. So nature is starting from here, right? Open circle. So open circle is naturally because you need to distinguish it from the strategic players. Now, strategic players are those who are going to play on the basis of incentives. So, for example, you can have player one and the person who's going to make choice, right? So here you can have player one. So nature is not a strategic player. So but this person is not a strategic player, nature is not a strategic player. So there are no payoffs which are attached to this. So nature itself has decided, okay, the person one can be friend or enemy. He'll be friend with probability P and enemy with probability 1 minus P. So first you determine the nature has determined the type of the player which player one is. So whether the person is friend type or person one is enemy type. This is what nature has decided, right? So player one then observes nature's move and he knows his own identity. So person one, you don't have to mark this, right? Like this. So I'll write it somewhere else. So person one, player one knows his identity. So when I say knows his identity, I mean what? I mean that person one knows that he's friend type or enemy type, right? And he's going to work on the basis of that. Okay. So there are in case of the person is a friend. So the book says that okay, if I'm your friend, I will be giving you a good gift to you, which is going to be helpful to you. You guys are player two, I am player one. And if I am friend type, that I will give you a gift which is going to give you happiness, right? And if I'm enemy type, I'm going to give you a gift which is going to insult you, right? And which is not useful to you. Maybe it is dangerous to you. So there are certain items which we have kept in wrapped up in a cloth. So if I'm a friend, so those gift items could be jewelry, it could be cash, it could be whatever, good electronic gadgets or anything suitably wrapped. Enemy, if I'm enemy type, I'm going to keep, maybe I can keep rocks. Maybe I can just keep frog. So if I'm just imagine if any of your friend will give you, okay, I'm just gifting it to you. And when you open up a gift and then a frog comes, everybody is going to laugh at you, right? So my intention there was to insult you. So I can't be your friend in any way, right? So understand one thing. So the gifts which person one is giving, that is also wrapped. And I'll tell you why I'm writing this, because on the basis of this, you guys are player two, you will understand whether I am your friend or I am your enemy. Gifts are also wrapped. Okay? These are also wrapped. So I'm going to, if I'm enemy type, if I'm friend type, I will be gifting as a friend. If player one is enemy type, player one is going to be gifting like an enemy. And then player two comes. So that is his node. Player two comes. And here also player two comes. Now, player two beforehand doesn't know whether the person is um whether the person is a friend or an enemy, right? So understand one thing. Uh, so hmm. So what happens is, if you look at the kind of the gift, now player two has an option to accept the gift or to reject the gift. Player two has an option to accept the gift or reject the gift, right? Player two has an option to accept the gift or reject the gift. Okay. These are the payoffs. Just imagine, I'm friend type. I'm giving you jewelry in a wrapped box, right? And you accept it. I will be happy. So because I'm happy, my payoff is one, and because you're also happy, you're also getting a payoff of one. I'm friend type, and I'm giving you a jewelry wrapped in a cloth, and you reject it. I will feel insulted. Just see, I mean, I'm giving jewelry to this person, and he or she is rejecting it. So I feel insulted, and you also don't get any payoff, right? If you are, sorry, if I am enemy type and you accept the gift, I want to insult you with a gift. Note that, right? If you accept the gift, I will feel good. I have insulted you. I will laugh at you. And you will feel bad accepting the gift. You will get -1 payoff. Just imagine, I'm just giving you a frog uh, on your birthday, and everybody is laughing at you, and I'm also enjoying. You will feel bad, right? So just by accepting the gift, you will feel bad. But if you reject the gift, I will feel bad, and you will not get any payoff, right? I'll feel bad. Oh, my chance of insulting this person is gone. So you will feel bad. Hmm. Uh, so you understand one thing now. Player one beforehand doesn't know whether, sorry, player two doesn't know whether he's a friend or he's an enemy. He's a friend or he's an enemy. Player two doesn't know whether the person is a friend or an enemy directly. Player two will come to know whether the person is a friend or an enemy only when he or she is going to open up the gift, right? So you will also have to write this. Player two does not observe player one's type directly. So player one's type directly mean player two doesn't know whether person one is an enemy or is a friend. She knows only whether a gift has been offered. In which case she must take up a decision. What do you mean by take up a decision? It means that when I'm offering you a gift, you will either accept it or reject it. That's a decision which you will take. But you don't know it beforehand that I'm a friend type or an enemy type. So that is the reason you have this dotted line here, because you don't know whether you are at this node in the game or you are at this node in the game. You don't know that. In which case, she must know. She must make a decision. Right. Achha, you can player one can also choose not to offer a gift. जैसे यहाँ पे तो we have shown that player one is offering a gift to this thing. But player one, let's say being enemy type, doesn't offer a gift. In that case, game ends. Nobody gets any payoff. Even though I am an enemy type, but I do not offer any gift to you, neither I'll get any payoff nor you will get any payoff. I will be getting a positive payoff if I'm able to insult you in the enemy type case. And if I'm the friend type, and I do not offer any gift to you, then in that case, uh, again, the game ends, right? So that is not the point which we are looking at. That is not the point which we are looking at, right? So what we are looking at is the condition in which player one is going to offer the gift and player two is going to accept the gift, and then only player two will come to know what kind of person this is. So player one has a private information. So write these points with me. Player one knows whether I'm the enemy type or I'm friend type. Player one has private information. Player two does not know. Player one's type. Player one's type, but must still act. This uncertainty is asymmetric because only player one knows his type. पहले से तुम्हारे को थोड़ी, you don't know about what kind of person I am. You will only know about it only when you will open up the gift, right? So this uncertainty is asymmetric. This uncertainty is asymmetric. Only player one knows nature's move. So my type, whether I am friend type or enemy type, it is not only affecting my payoff, but it is also affecting your payoff. No, right? So, uh, and player two is trying to guess based on the action, right? So, and player one has to anticipate how the action is going to be interpreted. So the main point which I want to tell you is that sometime my type is not going to affect only my payoff, but it will also affect your own payoff, right? So this is an example of incomplete information game, right? So player 2 doesn't know whether that person is at this particular node or this node. I think we have written she. So player 2 doesn't know whether she is at this node or this node. So that is the reason we have connected this with a dotted line here, right? So we'll take the discussion further in the next class. I hope it was useful to you.